Hello everyone. We are going to conduct an activity today on refraction. Our aim of the experiment is to trace the path of a ray of light passing through a rectangular glass slab for different angles of incidence, and we will measure the angle of incidence, angle of refraction and angle of emergence and interpret the result. The materials which are required for our experiment are present over here. You can see the rectangular glass slab, few pushing pins, scale, protractor, pencil and eraser if needed. A sheet of white paper and a wooden board I have taken. So these are the materials which are required for our experiment. So for our experiment to start first, I have to fix this white sheet of paper with the wooden board so that the paper doesn't move. It will be fixed to the cardboard. Now I'll fix the white sheet with the cardboard or the wooden board, and one in this side also. Okay. So I have fixed the paper with the wooden board so that it doesn't move. Okay, now I'm putting this glass slab at the middle of the white sheet. Now I'm going to draw the outline of this glass slab with the help of a pencil. Okay, now I'll remove this glass slab. Okay, I have drawn an outline of this glass slab over here. Okay, now I will detect a point on this surface. Okay, so that will be our point of incidence. This will be our point of incidence. Let's draw the normal to this surface. So as you know, so this line of the protractor should be coincide with this line of the outline of the glass slab. Okay, so this is 90 degree, you can see. Okay, so now let's draw our normal. Okay, so this is our normal. Okay, now let's just take an angle of incidence. So for the angle of incidence, we will take the angle of incidence as 60 degree first. Okay, so let's take the angle of incidence at 60 degree. So this will be our 60 degree from this point. 10, 20, 30. This will be our 60 degree. Okay, now let's draw the ray of incident ray. So now this is our incident ray which is incident on this surface. Let's just name the rectangular glass slab as A, B, C, D and the normal as M, N. Okay, and the incident ray as A, B suppose. Okay. Okay, so this is our incident ray. Got it everyone? Now I'm going to place 2 pins over on the incident ray so that it will be perpendicular to the surface. Okay? Okay. I have inserted these 2 pins on the incident ray. Now this is done. Okay, now I will put this glass slab on this outline that I have made earlier. Okay, now I will keep my eye over here and will try to see a straight line of these 2 pins. I'll try to see from this side of the glass slab. These 2 pins I would like to see on this side of the glass slab. Okay. I have also taken another 2 pins. Okay. I'll see from this side. My eye should be on this side of the glass slab. Okay. I will put these 2 pins in such a way that 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 pins will lie in a straight line. Okay. So we have to see from this side of the glass slab. Okay. Okay, so I have inserted these 2 pins from this side of the glass slab as 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 pins will lie in a straight line. Now you can see through the glass slab that these 4 pins that I have inserted on the cardboard are in a straight line. Isn't that? You can see those are in a straight line. You can see straight line. Okay. Now we will remove the glass slab because this job is done now. Okay. Now I will also remove these 2 pins because I have got these 2 points. This is 1 point and this is another point, and we can also remove these 2 pins also. Okay. Now we will join these 2 points with this surface. Okay. Now I am going to draw a normal over here on this surface of a glass slab. This line of the protractor should coincide with this outline of the glass slab. Okay, so this is our 90 degree. Okay, let's draw the normal. Okay, so this is our normal. Let's just name the normal as M dash, N dash. Okay, and just name these 2 points as CD. Okay, so now we have drawn so this is our incident ray, this is our emergent ray. So let's draw this point to this point. Just join these 2 points to get our refracted ray. Okay, we have joined these 2 points to get our refracted ray over here. Okay. So let's just name the refracted ray as EF. Okay, so let's just write here. So AB is our incident ray. Sorry everyone. So let's just write over here so that you can see it properly. So AB is our incident ray. Okay, and EF is the refracted ray. And this CD ray is our emergent ray. Okay. So now this is our angle of incidence, all of you know. So this is our angle of incidence I, which we have taken 60 degree. Okay. So this is our glass medium and this is the air medium. This is the air medium. So when the incident ray coming from the air medium and incident on the surface of glass, and when it passes through the glass, you can see when the air is the rarer medium and glass is the denser medium, you all know. When the light ray comes from a rarer medium to denser medium, it will come towards the normal. You can see. Now let's just draw this incident ray forward. Okay. So now you can see this incident ray, when it passes through the glass slab, it bends towards the normal because the light ray comes from the air medium to the glass medium. Now here on this interface, the light ray goes from the glass medium to the air medium, that is from the optically denser medium to the optically rarer medium. Then what will happen? It will move away from the normal. Okay. Now you can see, so this is the incident ray that we have drawn forward, and this is the emergent ray. Can you see both are parallel to each other? So the incident ray that is drawn forward and the emergent ray, so these are parallel to each other. So now we can see the property of light is to go in a straight path. That means if there will be no glass slab, light will go in this path. Okay, as there is a glass slab, a light ray changes its path and go in this path. So this shift of this displacement of this light ray is known as the lateral displacement. So this is known as lateral displacement. Okay, so this is the shift in the path of the light, okay, an emergence from a medium with the parallel faces is known as a lateral displacement. Got it, everyone? Okay. Now our incident ray angle of incident is 60 degree. Now we will going to measure the angle of refraction and angle of emergence. Okay. So our angle of refraction is, you can say, 10. It's about 18. It's 18 degrees Celsius. It's 18 degrees, sorry, not Celsius, 18 degree. And now we will measure the angle of emergence. So now the emergent rays is seen to be 10, 20, 30 degree. So this emergent ray is also our 30 degree. Sorry, I have written here 60 degree for incident angle of incidence, but this was a 30. You can see this was 30. Okay, 10, 20, 30. Okay, so I have written it wrongly at 60. So this is 30. So angle of incidence is our 30, angle of refraction is our 18 degree, and angle of emergence is 30 degree. So from this we have concluded that angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Okay, angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. I'll write here. So angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence is equal here. Okay, now we will again repeat this activity by taking different angle of incidence. We can next take angle of incidence as 45 degree. Here we can get also angle of emergence as 45 degree. If you take angle of incidence as 60 degree, you will get angle of emergence as also 60 degree. There may be some error because a human error can happen during this activity. We can make an error, so it can be 1 degree, 2 degree, up down, it can happen. Okay, so we are concluding in this activity that angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Okay,